Okay, so today we're gonna cut some wood for the short box. I'm doing a short box step side on this one, so that's gonna be 4 1x8s by 8 feet. It's gonna be 2 1x6 by 8 feet and 2 1x4s by 8 feet. And you got to cut them down to, I believe it's 77.5 inches. I'll have those measurements later in the video, I guess. One of the things when you're checking out the wood to buy, this wood, I don't know if you know, lumber prices went up. All this wood cost me $105. It's pine and it's craft wood as opposed to, nicely finished for mom's shelf. So one thing you got to watch is the bends on them. Like, this thing's pretty warped, but you know what, when it came to the 1x4s, it's really all they had. Some of them got a pretty good twist in them too, as you can see. That's got a good twist in it, but when we bolt it down, it'll take that out of it. Another thing you got to watch is the crown in these things. So if it's bowed like this, you'll want it like that so that the water can go off, as opposed to if it's dished, it's gonna hold the water, right? So if it's crowned, that's the side you want to cut because it's going to track. That'll be your top side. And then another thing to watch is, let me show you on this one. My buddy Jeff brought this over. So sometimes you'll get these knots. Like, this is knotty pine, and you get a big chunk out of it there. So you got two choices. If it's not too bad, we can dig that out and we'll make this our top. In this case, I think what I want to do is I want to make that the bottom of the truck bed. This one's got a pretty good twist in it too. You see it down there. So we'll cut this side. There's no crown on it. It's just a little 1x4. And on the 1x4s, we only got to cut one side because we're going to trim it down afterwards anyway. I think we only use about that much of it. All the other boards we're going to do on both sides. Now when it comes to, oh yeah, you want to see my setup? Look at this. Milk crates, Amazon boxes, little mini router table on the wife's craft table. Hope she doesn't watch this. She doesn't watch any of my videos, so I should be safe. I got the vacuum cleaner hooked up here. I got a furnace filter strapped onto her fan. She won't need that till bedtime anyway though. So hopefully try and keep the sawdust down in my garage. Last time I did this, it was an absolute shit show. It just covered everything. So I'm going to try and keep it clean this time. Our first cut, I'm going to cut all the wood at 9/16 wide. So this guy here is going to cut me a 9/16 wide channel like that, and then 1/8 deep. If you don't know, your typical paint stick is about 1/8 of an inch deep, and just do yourself a rough cut and try it in there. Make sure she sits in there nice and flush like this one does, and make sure you got 9/16 here, and you'll be good to go. So we'll do that cut first on all of them, and then we'll come back. We'll do this cut. So that guy's going to be, let's see here. So we'll use this little 1/4 inch guy, and we'll cut that there. So this is 1/4 inch wide, and we want to be right on the end of that 9/16. And we'll go a 1/4 inch deep. So instead of 1/8 deep, overall from here to here will be 1/4 inch. Here's a cutoff from one I did last year on a long box. You can see that's kind of the profile we're going for. Now if you look up the actual, what it's actually supposed to be, you'll notice my measurements are a little bit off of like Marquet or something, but my truck is also a little bit off from Marquet as well. So this is just, if you're doing a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 restoration, you probably don't want to follow suit with me. Just order the kit. In my case, the kit costs more than the truck, so I'm just going to use these measurements just like my other video, the exact same measurements, and install it in my truck, and I'll be happy with it. You can make your own decision here. But what I'm going to do is I'll get you guys set up and I'll start making some cuts here. I got a pile of lumber to do, so I'll probably just show you the one, show you what it looks like, and you can decide what you want to do from there. All right. Okay, so after I took that down the 1/8 across here, and then what I did is I took a 1/4 inch and I brought it out to the 5/8 mark and ran that through here 1/8 of an inch deep. So overall we end up with, this one might be a better one to see it on, 1/8 deep, and then this 1/4 inch to go down a 1/4 inch, and then our trim piece fits on inside here, just like in here. And this piece rides in here and can slide back and forth, that trim piece, and then our bolt goes down in between. This is just pine, and if you look along the side, you can see that pine has a tendency to twist, and the thinner boards are worse, as you can see, but when it bolts down, it'll be fine. And when you look at your wood, you see some of these are crowned pretty good. You want to get that crown to the top if you can. On this one, the crown's actually at the bottom, and that's because I had some knots in there and it just wasn't going to work out. But you can see the other ones here. It's crowned the right way. At any rate, that's it. 1/8 down across to 9/16, and then I finish with this at the 5/8 mark. So it gets a nice clean line all the way. You could take this all the way out to 5/8, but I like to finish with this by itself, just so, I don't know, it looks nicer when it's done. That's it for now. That's how you cut it. It's very simple. It takes a little while, get sawdust all over your garage, but when it's done, and it goes in nice and easy. So for this is actually 3 trucks. That's 2 for a buddy of mine. He's got Chevy short box step side, and this bundle here is for this truck. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 1x8s, 2 1x6s, and 2 1x4s. They actually measure out shorter, of course, but that's the world we live in, and they will bolt right in. I have another video, you can see the finished look. This one's just basically showing you how to cut the wood and what you should end up with. This bundle of wood, I'm in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Price of wood went up. That bundle of pine, Craftsman pine, cost me $105 from Home Depot. So if you're looking to redo your bedwood, $105 gets you your wood, and then you'll need some carriage bolts and whatnot. But they sell all that stuff too. I like to buff the ends off, just on the the wire wheel here and then paint them. So a little bit of black and brown paint on there, just because I don't really want the chrome look inside my truck. If you do, that's fine. That's how they come. Kind of some sort of a coating on there. Keep them nice and clean for a long time for you. If you don't like that, you can just do what I did and just still a nice little dusting of paint on there, and I think it'll look okay when I'm done. I'll be sure to update this video once I get that installed, but as you can see, I got a little ways to go. I got to get some paint on the truck itself, and then I'll swap out the bed floor. Stay around. I just picked up some high build primer for this thing today. Not much of a body man, but we're gonna see what I can do in this little garage with a sander and some high build primer, and we'll throw some paint at it too. So stick around. Should be fun.